Welcome back to another episode of Jaja's Atelier. Today, we're talking about all the bullshit, all the viral hot topics, and all the dirt. I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week because it was Paris Fashion Week, honey. I didn't have time to go through all this bullshit, but I got time today. Oh, she got time today. So let's start off with Drizzy Drake. Okay, so Drake released his much anticipated new album for the dogs. It received a lot of backlash, especially with the first single. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, that Sliming You Out song featuring Scissor, where Halle Berry expressed her disdain for him using her picture at the Kids' Choice Awards of her getting slimed on as the cover. Well, now he's coming after another beloved black queen, and it's Rihanna. I didn't see this coming. So he has a song on the album, and in the song, he's basically calling her basic. He never said her name, so allegedly he's talking about Rihanna, but he's talking about Rihanna. Of course, we know that one of Rihanna's greatest albums was her Anti album. In the song, he's, basically using the word anti over and over again, saying, the pussy was weak and it was basic and she's basic and yada, yada, yada. Drake, do you need a hug? What is going on, Champagne Pappy? I mean, leave that girl alone. She's damn near married with two kids, two beautiful sons with ASAP Rocky. She hasn't released music in God knows how long. She doesn't bother anybody. She's not checking for you. I don't think she ever was checking for him for real. They, of course, back in maybe about 7 to 10 years ago, they had a little bit of a thing, but it never was really like a thing. They never confirmed it, but they were definitely dating back in the day. I just thought that this was really, really low. And it just goes to show that everything I said about you is true. You really have a small penis. You definitely have a small penis. All of this bitch assness is definitely giving me little dick energy. It just is. Like, who that's this famous and this busy has time to do this? Especially, I hate when people use art to diss somebody in such a vulgar way. And with all the things that black women are going through, you black men are supposed to be our protectors. So why get on and bash such a beloved queen like this? I didn't like it. I like his music. It's something you could bop off to, but I didn't like this. I thought it was really trashy. And that's not how you started off, Drake. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. So then there's more drama with him because Joe Budden critiqued the album. We all know Joe Budden from the Pump It Up era, from the early 2000s, was a big hit. And his career as a rapper might not have been as commercial as Drake's, but he definitely made an impact. Sorry for the cars driving by. Again, I live on a highway. But he definitely made an impact on hip hop. Quiet as it's kept, Joe Budden is a beast with the freestyle. And I think with this new generation of hip hop, we've forgotten the root of the culture, which is freestyling. I've never seen Drake do a freestyle. Have you? Okay. So after Joe Budden critiqued the album, he gave the album rave reviews, but he also said that he would like to see Drake branch out and do something different. After the podcast debuted, Birdman chimed in, making threatening social media posts, which I think is really disgusting. Also, right before I got ready to shoot this, his dad made a post, and Drake also made a post directed towards Joe Budden. Well, it was to Joe Budden because he added him. This is real bitch. What man does this? What businessman really has time to do all this? Is like a whole Terry McMillan, Danielle Steele novel. I'm not reading all this shit. Basically, in this this novel, this Danielle Steele novel, he's basically calling Joe Budden a complete failure, basically alluding that Joe Budden is jealous and that he's a hater, and that's why, you know, he didn't retire from hip hop. You know, we didn't even hang your jersey. You're nothing. I own a 767, and you fly first class on special occasions. I just thought that this was really tone deaf. Now I know, Drake, I know you're biracial, but you're also a black man. And I think for you to come to America, a place where the majority of the black community is struggling financially, and for you to make this post, and then not only did you make this post and really just disrespect Joe Budden for no good fucking reason, you also dissed my hometown, the 973. Oh, okay? The 07042, the 973. And we don't play that. You are no longer welcome to New Jersey, honey. Because I grew up in the 973, and I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth, so I don't know what that was about. I just thought it was really tone deaf. Okay, so you own a 767, your dick is still little. You still acting like a bitch online, so you own all of this and you're not happy. What is your problem? And for real, now, Joe Budden, like I said, he didn't have a whole lot of commercial success, but Joe Budden can spit. Now, I'm a trans woman. Hip hop isn't like the ideal place for us all the time, but again, I grew up in the 973. I grew up in the Funkmaster Flex, Hot 97 era. Cypher don't get gas! You know? I grew up in that era, you know, so I remember Joe Budden, and I remember watching his freestyles. And Joe Budden was eating niggas up. And I believe that Joe Budden, till this day, will probably eat Drake up. It's just the fact that he didn't have a whole lot of commercial success. But in Jersey, oh, there's a lot of love for Joe Budden. So let's not do that, Drake. Because quiet as it's kept, do you even write your songs? I've never seen him do a freestyle. So I'm just saying. Of course, Birdman threatened him, and it's just a whole big mess. Everybody's going back and forth, attacking Joe Budden online, and Joe Budden is basically like, bitch, I said what the fuck I said. And one thing I'm gonna say about this this post that he made, completely inaccurate, so just disgusting, and especially to call him a failure because the hip hop thing, you know, didn't really work, but that's life. You didn't start off as a rapper, you started off as an actor. So why are you over here in hip hop? Especially American hip hop, well, your ass is from Canada. I just thought it was just, I really want y'all to pay attention to how these people talk, because if you could talk like this about somebody so publicly, what do you really think about your fans? Because your fans don't even, most of them have never probably even flown first class. Anyway, speaking of rappers, Sexyy Red. Sexyy Red, girl, listen. Now, I'm not as judgmental as some people are when it comes to her, because listen, we can sit here and say, oh, this generation is shit, their music is trash, but listen, we had My Neck, My Back, we had Oochie Wally Wally, Oochie Bang Bang, we had Put It in Your Mouth. So I really can't judge her for that. But recently, she was on a podcast. I don't remember what podcast it was. There's so many of these bitches out here these days. Everybody has a podcast, including me. Whatever. And they asked her basically what her political views were. And she basically said, you know, I miss Trump. I wish Trump was back in office. The hood niggas love Trump, because he gave us that $1,500. Let me tell you, and she's not the first black person I've heard say this. I wish you motherfuckers would stop with that. I really wish you would stop with that, because that $1,500, if you got up off your ass and went to work, you could have made that in 2 weeks. I literally paid 2 bills, went to the grocery store, bought some reefer and a carton of Newports, and that money was gone. And it's kind of like, why do we have to come out and act like we can be so easily bought? And on such a public platform, like, girl, yes, we know that you don't feel like being anybody's role model. You're not out here trying to save the young black girls. But you do have a responsibility as a person of color in the public eye to watch what the fuck you say. Some stuff is just for the kitchen table. If this is how you really feel, keep it to yourself. A lot of these rappers and celebrities, they're so tone deaf. And if you really pay attention, you'll realize they really don't give a fuck about nobody but their self. I can't believe that she let this come out of her mouth. But what else can you expect from the girl who says her coochie pink and her booty hole brown? Speaking of her coochie and her booty hole, did y'all catch that sex tape leak? Now she says, now this was about 3 days ago, so I'm fresh off it. Now, of course, I ran because I was curious. I can get a little messy sometimes, and I wanted to see, she talks about, she's the skeet queen and raw dog queen, and my coochie hole pink, my booty hole brown. All the niggas want to fuck sexy red. Well, I wanted to see what all the fuss was the fuck about. Honey. I keep on telling y'all, these rappers don't be about what they rap about. But y'all don't listen to me. I watched that video, honey, and it looked like 2 pig knuckles between her legs. Not only that, she looks like a scab. You ever scraped your knee as a kid and you got that black, you know what a scab, a scab. She looks like a walking scab. Her skin looks unhealthy. She's a beautiful girl. But she just needs a good wash. She just always looks so filthy. Why? Why do you always look so filthy, girl? So then she came out and she was like, oh, I'm so heartbroken that this came out. Listen, how can you be heartbroken? Look at what you rap about. Stand on it. You talk about being the raw dog queen and I like to fuck, I like to suck, I get down. Own that shit. Quiet as it's kept, I think that she released the damn video herself because she was getting so much backlash from what she said about Trump. It was released under her IG story. So I ran across this video of this white guy, cute white guy, just being fucking extra, talking about the sexy red tape, saying, you was talking all this shit only for us to find out that you had some whack-ass pussy. I cracked up. I was dying. Something told me to go to the comments. I go to the comments. How dare you disrespect this black queen? I'm like, are y'all fucking kidding me? Let me tell you something about, let me talk to my black folks for a minute. Not everything is about race. Just because you are black and a white person makes an observation about you, sometimes it has nothing to do with your skin color, baby. Sometimes it's just what it is. It's what you put out. I can't go by anything but what somebody shows me. And to really call this guy a racist because he was just going off of what he saw and what he's heard and seen of her. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. He's not racist. The bitch is just nasty. She's just nasty. It is what it is. She's a walking... She is a walking STD waiting to fucking happen. The bitch is gross. She has a line of lip gloss out And the names that she gives the lip gloss: vaginal discharge, nut. Like, she's gross. Pig knuckle pussy. Anyway, on to some happy news. So it has just been announced that the queen, the icon, the runway panther, Dr. Naomi Campbell, will be getting her own exhibition at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. The exhibition will be curated by her longtime friend and former editor of British Vogue, Edward Enninful. I can't wait to see what he comes up with. She has an almost 40-year career in fashion. She has one of the most illustrious careers in modeling of all time. She is perhaps the greatest supermodel of all time. She's still modeling to this day. We just saw her close not only the Alexander McQueen show, but also the Dolce & Gabbana show for this past Milan and Paris Fashion Week. She's also a huge activist for so many different causes, as well as going through her own trials and tribulations over the years, not only with just the racism that she faced in the modeling world, but also the judgments on her personality and her persona. Naomi really overcame a lot. I remember being in high school when that whole thing about her, assaulting her maid and all of that came out, and the press would just not let it die. But Naomi she gives no fucks. She is a strong, outspoken woman who is not going to tolerate your bullshit, and she demands respect in every motherfucking room she walks in from day fucking one. So I don't think that it's deserved. I think it's owed to her. And I'm glad that Mr. Enninful is giving her flowers, because it's not deserved, it's owed. It's deserved, but it's owed at this point. So I'm just so excited. The exhibition will feature pictures taken of her by Steven Meisel and Arthur Elgort and so many other amazing photographers that have worked with her throughout her almost 40-year career. Also, the queen, another queen. You guys know I live for Kim Kardashian. She is on the cover of Fortune Mag, looking beautiful as always. In the magazine issue out on stands, they asked her, what is your, what keeps you going? And she said, the haters. And quite frankly, she has quite enough of them to keep her going for the next 100 years. Because I can't think of one celebrity who has been more talked about and more hated than Kim Kardashian. And I don't know why. Till this day, I have no idea why. She's been accused of cultural appropriation. She's been accused of being a racist. She's been accused of ruining black men's lives. She's been accused of being a hoe. She's been accused of being this, a slut, just a groupie, a fame whore. And it's just really sad, as so many people have broken her down, but she said that's what keeps her going. I've never seen her respond. The only time I've seen Kim respond to somebody hating on her was that whole Taylor Swift and Kanye West thing. That was the only time I've ever seen her really react. And I think that she was really just protecting her husband. But when it comes to people talking about her, I honestly believe, in my heart of hearts, that she honestly does not give a fuck about what y'all are saying. She is branching out business wise. She's going into private equity management with former Carlyle Group manager Jay Sammons. So I'm really excited to see what this next chapter is going to bring. I will say, I'm tired of the reality show, Kim. I wouldn't mind their show on Hulu, but I'm more interested now in the way they run their businesses. I think that the messiness of the family and the everyday quirkiness of the family, they've done it for so long. I would love to see more of the business side. I don't care about your fights with Courtney. I don't care. I definitely don't give a fuck about Tristan and Chloe. I'm so tired of that saga. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like we just need to dead that. I'm tired of, Scott popping in and out with his little dog, and I don't care. I love seeing the kids from time to time, but I don't care about that. What we really want to see is you and Kris Jenner and Kylie and Kendall and all of you girls and that whole family. We want to see the business side, because when I watch the show and they start talking business, I'm like this. I'm taking notes. I'm taking fucking notes. Because from a sex tape, it really started with their father, from their father handling the most infamous case criminal case in the history of this country, perhaps, to the sex tape, to now, you can't do nothing but respect it. You can't do nothing but respect it. And for all those people that say, "Oh, she only made it because she's not black," I'm gonna tell you something. When it came to the fashion, they wanted nothing to do with her. She really had to work hard to get into that fashion door and these business doors, because nobody wanted anything to do with her, even after she got with Kanye. Nobody. And she says this. If it wasn't for Kanye, she would not be where she is today. She says it all the time, because nobody wanted anything to do with her because of the sex tape. She literally had to claw her way out. But anyway, on to something else. Donald fucking Trump, number 45, has gotten out of line again. So as we all know, Trump has been indicted in every fucking state in this country. I think he has like 1 million indictments by now. His case in New York, though, he is being brought up on federal fraud charges, and he is actually, the court proceedings are here. He has been in court, being disrespectful as fuck to not only the judge, but also a court associate by the name of Allison Greenleaf, I believe. Let me look. Yes. Oh, no, Allison Greenfield, who was a law clerk, to the point where the judge had to put a gag order on Trump. My thing is, y'all know what this man gives every time he leaves the house. Why are we still putting him on TV? Why are we still... Just ignore the fat orange bitch. Just ignore him. Stop putting him on TV. I still don't understand why they keep on calling him the 2024 Republican nominee when his ass should be in fucking jail. And to all my black people out there who might think that you can get away with doing this shit too, guess what? This is what you call the complexion for the protection. And you ain't got it. This is the complexion for the protection at its finest. I have never... If this was Obama, they would have assassinated him by now. They would have assassinated... If Obama had came in office like this, it would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap. I think this country is just falling apart. I have never seen such coonery and buffoonery coming from the government in all of my life. Between Mitch McConnell and his Kamala Harris throwing parties, y'all know I really don't fool with her like that. Now, I'm still on the fence about her, but I just feel like it's something about her I just can't get with. Between Joe Biden calling black men boys and, falling asleep at the wheel half the time. Between just the governor of Florida and all his bullshit shenanigans. Like, what the fuck is going on? We pay y'all. Why are y'all playing in our face like this? Is this what we're paying? Is this where our tax dollars is going towards? Really? honey, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I don't think I'm going to be voting. I don't think I'm going to be voting this year. It's just borderline tacky. It's deplorable. The fact that they didn't hold him in contempt of courts and lock his ass up is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, well, he's the former president, so we can't do this and we can't do that. Fuck that. Because when Bill Clinton was getting his motherfucking dick sucked, which is not a crime, by the way, y'all would just not let it die. You ended up impeaching him. You've impeached this man twice, and you're letting him run again? Wow. Wow. This is a head scratcher. Wow. Wow. Unfucking believable. Anyway, y'all, I just had to come on here and give my opinion on some of these hot topics that was going around, because I was in the bed Sunday, catching up on everything, and I was like, what the fuck? I got to talk about this. Anyway, I will be back later on this week with some more fashion news and viral hot topics. I'm definitely going to try to go live. I tried to go live yesterday, but for some reason it didn't work. So I'm going to have to try it again. I might have to do it on another device. But anyway, thanks for watching. Ciao.